Hey, Macarena. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome all, to my playthrough, long play version. Hope you brought your patience cap of ARK Lost Island. Yes, this is Survival Evolved, because Survival Ascended did not necessarily ascend. So, here I am, playing Survival Evolved, and enjoying every minute of it, aside from the minutes where I am faced with a blue screen error, which is quite frequently. Nonetheless, I'm still a sucker, so I do succumb to the temptations of ARK, and that's what I'm doing here. Although I am trying my best to duplicate official settings with my single player playthrough, I have just reached level 30, so I am going to craft this iguanodon saddle and ride my iguanodon around and potentially kill that alpha raptor depending on what level it is. So stay tuned for that, but just counting out my resources here. Been waiting a long time to get to level 30. New to the map of Lost Island, so I don't know where or if there are any explorer notes. So I've had to level up the old-fashioned way with a mixture of 2-time and 3-time multiplier experience multipliers. If you have any questions whatsoever about the settings I'm using, I have a breakdown video. It's actually the first installment prior to my playthrough that you're watching right now, which this is volume 3 of my long play. And here we go, man. Getting those berries. Yes, sirree, ma'am, Bob, Joe, and all the above. All inclusive. We're cooking now. It's a whole new ball game now. Got my iguanodon up and running. Getting those berries opens up all the possibilities for taming any dino of my choosing. Got my dodo for storage, extended storage. It's an extension charm, dodo. Now I just gotta get working on that spoiled meat. I always take my seeds when I'm just starting out because I'm looking for a rock carrot specifically, but additionally you need the other veggie seeds for the crop plots. So long grass, saveroot, citronal, and you guessed it, rock carrot. But yeah, rock carrot is my main focus, so in case I run into a unicorn, or just an equus in general, I guess you could say, but more so for the unicorn, to be prepared. Because taming unicorns with mejoberries is just not the way to go. I always leave a stack of berries in my dinos. Dinos gotta eat. Gotta keep them alive. Gotta keep them fed. So closing in on my final fortitude level, the setting in which I have it at, or the stat points, percentage, fortitude, torpidity, whatever you want to call it. I refer to it as torpidity only because that's the primary use I'm looking to get out of leveling it up. I hate getting knocked out by Trudon or one bite from any snake. But Trudon are the worst because they will bug out around your body when you're passed out, and then chances are when you're just about ready to wake up, they'll bite you some more and refill that torpidity meter. So yeah, that's why I level up my torpor. Just gonna get this crop going now that it's raining, but chances are it'll probably stop by the time I'm ready to craft it. But again, if you're tuning in for the first time, these are my first initial steps of any time I play from level 1, brand new, starting out, either a map I've already played or a map that I'm new to, which is this one, Lost Island. However, it's got island in the name, so I was kind of drawn to it, you know. I do like the island map, probably because it's the only map, or one of the only maps, that doesn't get so many errors, blue screen errors, and additionally it doesn't seem to be that there are as many bugs, aka glitches or issues with that map as there are other maps. Okay, got this crop plot going. Don't mind that, I'm just figuring myself out here. So if it weren't for the fact that I was new to this map, and I knew where explorer notes were, I would have held out on taming any dinos until I found an iguanodon and had the saddle unlocked, which comes pretty easily when you know where explorer notes are, especially when you have boosted experience multipliers. But again, the settings I'm using are as near to official as you can get, with a perma 2-time / 3-time boost in most of the taming and breeding, experience multipliers, harvesting, so on and so forth. But I think that covers the primaries, because back when official existed on Survival Evolved, which wasn't that long ago, they would have occasional 2-time events on weekends, and the very rare occasion they would have 3-time special events, like I think normally around holidays and stuff. But so that's what I tried to do, was mimic that. Yep, just as I'm ready to place this, it stops raining. But yeah, like I was saying, that's what I was trying to accomplish with my settings, and I feel I did pretty damn good. And this save world admin command is how you have to play on single player anymore these days. From all the freaking updates that never optimized anything, it just made it worse and worse and worse. And yeah, what is? I've never seen nor tamed a phoenix, or heard of anyone taming one. I don't know what they look like, and I would find it hard to believe that this is a phoenix. But I don't have my spyglass, so there's no way of knowing for sure. And it's going to fly off into oblivion over the ocean, so if it is a phoenix, which I highly doubt, I'll just see if it gets lucky and doesn't despawn or die in the water. But let's go and track down this let's check this guy here. I know there were a couple of moss chops. Ooh, I believe that is too much to ask at this point in time. Does Alpha disappear now? God. Load zone. Gotta love it. It's always risky business whether or not you're gonna blue screen crash. I do have this game installed on an SSD, a solid state drive, for those of you who don't know. Theoretically, it's supposed to run larger games faster since the information stays in a solid state. And I only have 2 other games installed on it. It's a 2 terabyte frickin' SSD, and I'm only using like maybe 200 gigabytes on it, and ARK still has issues. So I don't want to hear anybody saying like, oh, you know, you should try this, you should try that. I've tried it all. Thank you very much. What the? God, I gotta get out of this frickin' load zone, man. Man, I hate these things. Oh, I hate these things so much. I don't have a good melee weapon, otherwise I would just equip my melee weapon and kill him while I'm on the back of the saddle, but... Oh, God. Dude, I swear to God, if I lose my freaking iguanodon to this... Holy shit, it's a max level? Dude, fuck this game. I'm gonna say it right now, man. Run! Run, Iguano, run! Get out of here, go! Run, bitch! This is why I have friendly fire turned off, for this specific reason right here. When shit hits the fan and there's nothing else you can do but dismount your dino and do your best not to hit it. I would have killed my iguanodon had I had friendly fire disabled. Or enabled. I don't know what you would call it, but yeah, I don't have friendly fire on for that specific reason right there. Fucking bugs. You want to talk about balance issues? I'm revved up right now, oh, let me tell you. Fucking trying to play this game. Okay, so when I was toying around with the settings, my first attempt was to get like a realistic game for single player, and this was when official still existed. So I adjusted my settings with that in mind, trying to make it so like wild dinos, like one bite from a Rex, no matter what the level, would just kill you instantly, or maybe like half health or something like that, because you know it's realistic. You get bitten by a T-Rex in real life, you're likely gonna die. But anyways, long story short, in the midst of finding the perfect settings, which I did find, insects were insanely overpowered, and this was in balance with everything else. So like a raptor could kill me in 2 bites or whatever the case, and you like it just expanded my passionate hate for it, deepened it for the goddamn mosquitoes and the ants. And yes, I know they look more like dragonflies, but I call them mosquitoes because dragonflies are friendly bugs. Okay, they might be gross to look at, but they are friendly. Not mosquitoes. Ay, ay, ay. I can't believe that. I'm out here trying to hunt an alpha, and I almost died to just 2 measly floating ants. And of course it had to be max level. And night's rolling in now, so I will have to postpone my alpha fight. Just gonna head back to my little raft, my little home away from the island, my home away from the beach. This right here is one of the benefits of nighttime. You can see all the drop colors clear as night. People who disable it or play on preview mode, man, I can't get with that. I just don't see it. I don't see the appeal, I don't see the need. So yeah, real quick, getting back to see if I can get up to the screen drop here. But getting back to my settings. Now, if you go to watch my video about how I did my best to mimic official settings with quality of life improvements, okay? That is a big, there's a big asterisk next to that because, yeah, I'm gonna kill my damn gun. Official settings were far from forgiving, okay? Far from it. What was it, like a 2-week, it took 2 weeks to raise a baby Giga or a baby car. Like, I'm not about that life, especially since these servers don't run 24/7. And even when they did, I was like, I don't know how you people do it. Like, cars and Gigas, it's fun. It's all fun, you know, but you can't really do anything with them. And in order to really utilize them as much as when they're, like, as strong as they are for when they're wild, you have to super breed them. And just, no. Holy. Okay. I need to rethink my inks here. This is not going over well, and it's probably because I'm still a little frazzled from my freaking insect encounter. But, yeah, some quality of life, okay? With the settings, like, for instance, my taming speed is at 6 times. With the, like I said, 2-time to 3-time, God, of course, theme in mind. So, the way I did it, which was me just making it rational to myself, essentially, was, a 2 times event, so 2-time taming speed, and then a 3 times event, so 3 times the 2 times is 6 times, and that's how I landed there. But it seems to work really well because although some of the smaller dinos and lower levels seem almost instantaneous, which I mean, maybe the dodo, no, the dodo wasn't even but that was a high level dodo. But anyways, with the, I'm gonna harvest some metal while I'm here, of course, not waste the trip, since I almost killed my iguanodon. But the higher level dinos, especially the larger ones, unless you have the specific food, aka kibble, that they prefer, it's going to be a lengthy tame. And I did that intentionally because that best replicates how official worked. And I loved that aspect. As far as needing the proper taming food, because it made taming an actual, like, part of the game. It wasn't just a means to something, you know, like, oh, I can't tame this shit because in order to do that and not waste a bunch of time, I would need to get this size of an egg or get this vegetable grown or whatever the case. So that's why I did that. And another quality of life for sure is the mating speeds, the mating and breeding and baby raising, and that goes without saying. So don't be under the impression that just because I say this mimics official, I'm not a diehard. You know, there are some people who will say, nope, I will not budge those settings an inch. I love official. I just can't get enough of wasting away in front of the screen, and all of it can go bye-bye with one fatal blue screen error, and your save can become corrupted. But that's neither here nor there, okay? I'm just saying I did my best to mimic official settings with single-player settings and those quality of life bumps where necessary. And I feel I have a really nice balance with my settings. And short story long, I guess you could say, is I tweaked and tweaked and tweaked. I didn't just go under the impression like, okay, let's reset these to default values and then we'll just bump this setting here 2 times, that setting there 3 times, so on and so forth. Like, it was meticulous finding these perfect values for each setting that I adjust and leaving the ones that I don't adjust. So take my word for it, don't take my word for it, but I get a lot of enjoyment out of knowing that I'm damn near matching official settings for single player. It still feels a little bit like it used to. But yeah, ARK Ascended, man, no. No, no, no. Not unless you're an Oblivious fanboy. That game, I just don't get it, man. People are so wrapped up in graphics, and that right there baffles me beyond all means because oh, there's that alpha. Okay. That's good to know. It's still there. So once I get my iguanodon all healed up and it's no longer nighttime, I'll go after that mob. But yeah, what baffles me, okay? And I've played with these people in online sessions, okay? Party chat, they're like, hey, yo, you know, you want to party chat? Let's get to know each other, blah, blah, blah. Half the time I'm like, no, not really. But then they're like, oh, dude, party chat, I gotta tell you something really important. So then I fucking party chat, and then they're like, hey, what the? You guys all saw that shit. Freaking raptor spawned in. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about when land dinos float. They won't fight back. You leave my dodo alone. Yeah, you come to shore. Don't you dare kill my dodo. Man, ain't this some shit. Yeah. It ain't worth it. I was looking to see if it was worth taming, but nope. Payback's a bitch. Oh, look at that. Mate boosted. Damn. I might bring those guys to the alpha fight. Haha, just kidding. But okay. Got sidetracked there because ARK decided it wanted to try and kill my dinos while I wasn't away. While I was away. Come here, Dodo. Hey, what the? What? Oh, okay. Can't hold the dodo while you're swimming. I guess it kind of makes sense. I like how there's always a borderline logic. Let's see how fast you can swim. Wow, okay. Actually, no, it doesn't really make sense. Are chickens fast swimmers? Dang, yo. That dodo's a fast swimmer. Because I always pictured the Hesperornis, or whatever they're called, as the ducks, and the dodos as chickens. But that swam really fast for a chicken. Come on, everybody up. Just gotta repair some things around my raft while the sun is rising. You did good, everyone. You did good. Nobody died. If you just pick up a sleeping bag, it repairs it instantly, so no sense in wasting resources. And the raft, surprisingly, didn't get damaged. Yes, I'll repair that. That didn't get damaged. And yes, alright, sweet. Okay, time to refresh these in the reverse order of getting them closer to spoil, so I can get that spoiled meat. Yeah, this goes back to the setting that I adjusted for repairing damaged structures. Otherwise, I think the cooldown is like 3 to 5 minutes, depending, or even longer, depending on what it is and what the materials were to craft it. But just gonna repair my tools here while I'm at my raft. Get ready for this alpha fight. So hit the brakes, spin the U-turn, whip some donuts. We're going back, okay, to what I was talking about. So party chats, chatting it up with these people that I didn't want to talk to in the first place, but they're all like, oh yeah, you know, I can't wait for ASA, you know, it's gonna look so beautiful. And then you know, they'll be like, yeah, I can't wait, like Unreal Engine 5, it's gonna be next level, it's gonna be next gen, because it is next gen. But anyways, so at one point or another, through organic means, the topic of preview mode comes up, and there hasn't been a single fanboy that I've talked to who doesn't use preview mode either before they know about it or after I mention it. They're like, what's preview mode? And I'm like, well, it turns the game into one giant Rugrats cartoon. But you know, this is what people do. They go to single player mode, they enable preview mode, and then they load back into online, and then they're like, huh, what? Let me go check that out real quick. And then they're like, wow, this looks funky. Like, smoke looks all square and blotchy and blocky and stuff. Blocky. Why can't I say that? Blocky. Block. Building blocks. ABC. Block. Apple. A for apple, B for block. Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh yeah, I can take that level. Y'all are gonna witness firsthand the versatility of the Iguanodon. Level 20 wild Iguanodon tamed up. Take a little. I need to be careful of this load zone. I need to be mindful of that when I'm fighting this bitch. But yeah, they at that point, from that point on, they play in preview mode, and I mean, you can look up videos on preview mode or whatever. I don't touch it. The only reason I know about it, and so of course I freaking unlock the damn thing, and then it's the first blueprint I find. Ay, ARK, man. The first guy I partied with, whoever mentioned it, like, would not shut the hell up about it. Like, god damn, every chance he got, he was like, you know, you should go to preview mode, yo. I'm like, dude, I've already told you, I'm not doing that. Like, that's not my cup of tea. And I kid you not, he would say it every time we ended up in party chat. So, guess what happened? I eventually removed him from my friends list and defaulted to the game chat, because I'm like, no, not anymore. But yeah, that's why I know about preview mode, and it's even a matter of topic with me, because that guy just like burned it into my freaking existence. Okay, so those were headshots. So yeah, fun fact about alphas, when they get stuck like that, the developers made it so alphas can't heal themselves. Another fun fact, if you didn't know, when wild dinos are damaged, meaning like you can see they're bloody and their gash wounds are open and they're almost close to death, if they eat a dead body, it will heal them 100%. So keep that in mind, and that's also why alphas get stuck trying to eat bodies, because they're unable to. Because God, only imagine if they could, getting an alpha rex down to almost dead and then it eats a dodo and fully healed. Like, no sirree, Bob. Yeah, this happens a lot, but call this a cheese tactic. I don't care. Call it what you must. Justify your means. I'll justify mine. But when you get better iguanodons, higher levels, and you can pump a bunch of stat points into health, you can actually just stand toe-to-toe with alphas on the ground. And once you get a Mesopithecus, a shoulder monkey, you can go toe-to-toe with alpha carnos. Poor turtle. What am I, loading, standing still here? Every time my arm goes past the load zone, it's got to load and then load when it comes back? Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm full of all sorts of knowledge on this game. Not because I have thousands of hours rolled into it, because I've met people that have that many hours, and I can teach them things that they didn't even know about. And beginner stuff too, like trikes being master thatch gatherers. People are like, no, not the trike. Like, the trike can get a little bit of wood, a little bit of thatch, but mostly berries. And I'm like, no. So yeah, there's alright, I can't do this yet. Oh, Mr. Turtle, I killed you. So yeah, as you watch my playthroughs, or my playthrough rather of this game, long play, you'll learn all sorts of helpful tips and tricks about this game, and that it exists on so many levels, and there's so many dimensions to it. It's not just a one-dimensional game where it's tame dino, kill other things, level dino up, get stronger, kill harder things, rinse and repeat. Every dino has an intended purpose for the most part, or you can create a purposeful use for it, like I do with the dodo, although the dodo already has a use in that you can the eggs that it lays are for regular kibble, and then obviously just for consumption for your character to regain food. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. Son of a pesky wabbit. Hey now, get off my ass. What the? Come on. There. Like I said, call it a cheese if you want, but the fact that it exists, I mean, I'm gonna use it since it works. And better to be able to kill an alpha than not kill an alpha, even though it might take a little bit of time. But as you can see, it's already starting to bleed, and you know, I'm just having to make do with the fact that I tamed a low-level iguanodon to start out. So I don't have the luxury to do anything other than this, but this will get me quite a bit of level ups, and that's what I'm focusing on. And hoping that it'll give me some metal tools, because I don't like to unlock those and use the engram points for them. Specifically because you get them just from random enemies, like scorpions. A lot of times will give you metal pickaxe and hatchet, and yeah, it's I just don't like wasting the points. People think it's necessary starting out, like, yeah, this is what you gotta do, cookie cutter, man. You gotta build a starter base, unlock that thatch floor, and then you need the refining forge, you need a smithing table, you gotta get some metal, and then you craft your metal tools, and then you can start playing the game. Nah. No. I'm no cookie cutter player, man. I forge my own cookies. Shape my own cookies, that's what I should have said. Hindsight's a bitch. Yeah. Strengthening the feet on my character. Not wearing shoes yet. Alright, got your attention again. Rinse and repeat until it's the feet. Either your dino or theirs. The wild. Freaking alpha. But, speaking of defective AI allowing me to do this, that was one of Wildcard's promises to players, was that, in addition to the Unreal Engine 5 for graphics, the AI was going to get buffed drastically. And then the gameplay videos came out and proved that to be another false statement from Wildcard. Can you believe that? The audacity. Alright, you know what? We're getting close here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh, I can feel it. I can taste it. Oh, I can smell it. It's about to happen. Oh, you got a little bit left in you, huh? I'm running out of stamina. Okay. There we go. Oh, hell yeah. Level 20 Iguanodon killed a level 20 Alpha Raptor. You gotta admit, that's pretty impressive. Now I can get this Prime. Hell yeah, man. Things are coming together. Believe it or not, there's actually nothing you can do about the amount of Prime that you get on single player. I've tried it, and it wants to just dump it in your lap. I don't get it. I'm at 1.5 times harvesting right now. Nice. I got a decent crossbow. Hell yeah. Plus all these levels. Man, I love killing alphas. Now I can get a PT. Oh, hell yeah. Speak of the devil. I can live with one. Oh shit, I don't have any. Oh no. Can I knock this bitch out with a club? I mean, I really don't know how much torpidity those arrows did. I know you knock low levels out in like one arrow, like... God, without a magnifying glass, it's just a guessing game. God! Yeah, well, you too. You son of a bitch. Oh well. I didn't come prepared that time. Oh shit. I should have used those arrows in that freaking crossbow. Oh man. So yeah, damage on weapons does affect the torpidity effect. However, you deal more damage per hit, so I mean, it's a gamble on some dinos, but it definitely helps on a lot of others, most others. Not ready for a trike yet, just because they're bulky, and believe it or not, moss chops actually are good at harvesting thatch. And since I have an iguanodon, I can manage harvesting wood, since they can carry quite a bit of weight. There we go. Getting close to getting some spoiled meat. That's where my crossbow goes. I'm gonna put my hatchet back in there. If I can figure myself out here. Fuck me. Forgot to level myself up from all the levels from that alpha. So yeah, 16 is the bare minimum of torpidity or fortitude that I like to have. That helps immensely with fighting the cold, fighting the heat, but more so the effects of torpidity. So yeah, just seeing where I'm at here. Obviously getting that iguanodon, man, was a game changer. I hit level 30 and then I jumped all the way up to freaking level 46. Pretty damn impressive. I always unlock the saber-tooth saddle even before I have a saber-tooth or a smithy, just because I like to have at least one saddle for the purpose of organizing my smithy when I do get around to building one, just because of the folders that are in there by default. But yeah, anytime you do something major on single player, you have to manually put that save world admin command in there. But yeah, let's I'm gonna go for a PT and then I can do some drop hunting. Look for that 130 and see if it's still around. What do we got going on over here? Why was that parasaur running? And it's still running. Gonna make sure there's no more raptors that are gonna run right up my ramp. Start attacking my dinos again. But I need to do my best to make use of that raw prime while I've got it. That's another reason why I boost spoil times. I don't do it insanely, 1.5 times. If I really wanted to, I could do it to 2 times, but like I said, when you get it so high, if you're on a map where you can't harvest spoiled meat, it just takes too long to get spoiled meat started in the early game, the early stages. And that's when it's most important, honestly, for obvious reasons. Hell yeah, man. Things are coming together. Yeah. Okay, get another stack ready. Okay. Yeah, 1 stack per dilo should be good enough. So it looks like I'm going to have to adjust the egg laying in the other direction. That was one of the settings I wasn't too sure about, because the verbiage they have for the sliders, believe it or not, is sometimes backwards. Like, for instance, the increases. I don't know, man. It gets confusing sometimes. But just beware that some of the values can be a little misleading based on how the explanation is broken into or broken down. But yeah, I'll have to adjust that egg laying in the other direction because I think I made it longer between each egg laid. So, but the poop interval seems to be working just fine, so that's good news. It's just a matter of waiting on the spoiled meat so I can refresh my stack, and then I need to hurry up and place this crop plot for when it rains next. There we go. Just gonna refresh that. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm firing on all cylinders. Thank God my freaking iguanodon didn't die from those bugs. Honestly, I was more worried about the bugs than I was the alpha, and you saw it firsthand. Like, what, I got my iguanodon down to half health fighting the alpha? Like, shit, man. Fuck those bugs. Fuck them right in their kiting assholes. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that I'm a gamer, and all gamers swear, unless you're a little kid, which in this case, for one, you shouldn't be watching my videos, and for two, you probably shouldn't be watching ARK videos. I know it says rated E for everyone, but we all know better. Come on now. Never a dull moment. Now that I've perfected, I won't say I've perfected ARK, okay, I won't go that far, but I've definitely perfected starting from scratch with a new character. So as I said before, I hold off on lower engrams just because I haven't memorized what each prerequisite is for higher engrams, and I don't like to waste my points because I don't like doing mind wipes when it's not necessary. I just need to be a little more mindful of how I spend my engram points, and when you do that, along with your stat points, you technically never have to do a mind wipe. But yeah, everybody's gonna have their own approach to it, but that's just mine. And then that way, it just unlocks the things that are necessary to unlock that specific engram that you're after. And the grappling hook is a must, an absolute must. If you don't know about it, get acquainted. Get familiar, baby. So now you may be asking yourself, why don't you keep your food in your hotbar and your utility belt? And the answer to that is, I rarely carry food on me to begin with, just because the workaround with the raw meat and stacks of berries makes it almost unnecessary, almost a burden to burden you with weight, and then using up a critical slot in your belt. You know, you can't get to everything fast, so the belt is the only way. And I feel everything I have in my belt is far more important than than saving a couple of seconds from going into my inventory, or having to go into my inventory to eat some food. But I do always carry water when I get to that point. I was hoping to find the water jar blueprint as my first blueprint, but I got slapped in the face after having just unlocked the frickin' medium crop plot, which requires you to unlock the small crop plot. And then I found that crop plot blueprint, and the very first blue drop that I got. Actually, that was the very first drop, period. So yeah. Okay. ARK, baby. Dun 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 dun. One thing I'll be completely honest about, and I have no intention of going into it either, or finding out for myself rather. I'm sure somebody will tell me eventually, but I don't know what the hell this Bob craze is all about. I have no idea. I don't feel like a noob for not knowing, because I have the feeling that what do we got here? Nah. I have a feeling it's like an inside thing, like there was some streamer or something that called somebody a Bob, or there was a meme. Yeah. That started the craze, but like, I don't get it. There's too many Bobs in the world that exist already, and maybe that's what it is. Like, every Bob is just some average Joe. Jack of all trades, master of none sort of thing. But since I've got that prime, and that's what this guy wants, who am I to not give the little guy what he's asking for? Why am I eating raw meat? Oh, well, I guess to show you that your food goes up more than your health goes down. So when push comes to shove, start eating that raw meat, and raw prime does wonders. There we go. Let's hope this guy didn't change his appetite, change his craving. We got another PT coming down. Yeah, it's the same one. PT, Terra, Patera, Pteranodon. Call it what you want, man. There he is. Hey, yeah, baby. Okay, we got a male. Supremo. Yeah. He wanted prime. I gave him prime. Yep. And that's how I name some of my dinos. But yeah, if you don't keep these guys on passive, they will run every time. Like I said, I thought that was funny with the dodo, comparing that to the dodo, because the dodo will actually fight back, and when you have it on neutral, it will come to your rescue. The moth chops, nope, they turn tail and run, man. Shit, yo, everything's coming together real nice. This is wonderful. Kind of in reverse order, but normally I would get a moth chops first and then an iguanodon. But you know what? Now I can show you their destructive power. Then I just need to focus on a water jar blueprint and a spyglass. I need to get some crystal. Gotta get that PT so I can go loot drop hunting. Look at that damage. Level 25 and a level 100. Easy peasy. What did I tell you? Not to mention moss chops gather the delicate resources. In addition, they are great. They're master fiber gatherers, and they're halfway decent at getting thatch as well. But I'm going to cook some of these up so they last a little longer. I know the effectiveness on taming won't be as much, but I'm just going to do what I can. And I like to cook in fires, meat specifically, prime, so I don't have to do the whole leapfrog thing with the charcoal that wood burns, or that wood supplies, I guess. But yeah, I heard you. I heard you. You can just sit there, mouse chops. See how that works when you have them on passive? Give me that kill. Payback's a bitch. But yeah, having to toss that charcoal out to make room for more meat, thatch is just the easier way to go. And I'm not a crazy man, so I don't use spark powder for cooking purposes, like ever. That's just flint gathering is just too slow a process. And granted, I haven't played all the maps, so there might be a dino that the developers made, kind of like the Maywing is OP in all regards, but specifically it was made for raising babies, and somehow it can raise the bugs, the Rhinogantha or whatever the hell how you pronounce it, in addition to cars and gigas and rexes, and it just picks them up and puts them in a little bag on the nipple, and yeah, it sucks on that teeth and grows up real nice. OP if you ask me, but what do I know? So yeah, there may be a dino that specializes specifically in flint, but for all intents and purposes of this, no. I don't waste spark powder like that. Now, angler gel is another story. I'll use that shit all day once I get to the ocean. Yeah. So Sarco's the first tame I do for any water exploration, and then from there I can accumulate my underwater army. So if you made it this far in the video, for one, congrats, and for two, feel free to check out my channel. I mean, it's not all ARK. I dabble in tons of games. That's why I don't refer to myself as a no-lifer, because I haven't taken to any one game and just sat down and played it for thousands of hours. I don't even think I have 1,000 hours in any single game. And even being a trophy whore. But I think Oblivion was the closest I got, like 800 hours or something. Not Elder Scrolls, not Skyrim. It was just Oblivion, the first installment, the prequel to Skyrim. It's not the 130 that I was hoping for, but you know what? I gotta use up this raw prime. What the? So torpidity effects. Headshots do deal more torpidity, but they do also deal more physical damage. So again, it's that lesser of two evils, you know? Ah, son of a bitch. I keep forgetting I have that crossbow. Wasting trank arrows over here. You can fire faster with a bow, though, so... Some dinos it's necessary. Even if your bow deals less torpidity than your crossbow. Although I suppose you could start with a crossbow and then get a couple of good arrows in them, and then take out the bow once they start fleeing or something and just rapid fire. Definitely lots of ways to do it. I always joke around when I played online, seeing how many traps there are on the beach, and sometimes you'd stumble across an RG trap on the beach and you're like, what in the flying fuck? Like, you kited a freaking RG all the way down to the beach so that you could trap it in an RG trap and then knock it out. So I just kidded to myself that people are down there building PT traps on the beach, not knowing that you can just bowl them. I don't know, man. I don't get the trap craze either. Along with the bob craze, I don't get the trap craze. But, yeah. This should tame up real nice. Now you can see my 6-time taming speed in more depth, because this is a mid-level higher dino. You know, the saddle unlocks later in your engrams. And I actually am quite pleased with the stamina that this thing started with. It could have been better, but anything over 250 is halfway decent at least. And considering this is only a mid-level, I'd say I got pretty lucky. But yeah, like I was saying, check out my channel, you know? If you made it this far from where you made it that far last time, by all means, you know? I've got a lot of entertaining videos on there that are also instructional, you know, informative. As you can see there, it's not overkill, you know, with my settings. So, yeah, it is what it is. But, yeah, you know, I played Destiny 2. God, I love that game. Destiny 2 to me was like, that was it, man. Year 1 and Year 2 Destiny 2. Man, if it could have stayed like that forever, who knows if I'd still be playing it, but my hours would have just climbed with that. Then I go figure, I tame a frickin' Moss Chops and I get a sickle. See, the fact that I tamed an Iguanodon first, and didn't get the sickle, or didn't have a sickle, that's why I tamed the Iguanodon, for fiber. But now that I freaking have the sickle and I just tamed the damn Moss Chops, that's why I tamed the Moss Chops first, is for obviously that defense, but the fiber, because fiber is it's an essential, a crucial resource when you're starting out. I mean, picking through bushes, I've said it once, I'll say it again, I'll say it forever, is not the way to go. But damn, everything's just happening in reverse order. That's ARK for you, though. You can't plan for it all, no matter how good you think you are. So yeah, check out my channel. If this is the first installment of my ARK long play that you've run into, that you've picked up on, check it out from the start, you know. View my settings and see if it's something that you can get jiggy with. Get jiggy with it. I just needed the experience on that turtle. I feel sad. I do. It wasn't necessary, but oh well. But that's a wrap for this one. This segment's coming to a close, and I will catch you at the next one, whoever is still interested. See you there, peeps.